Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what is happening? Welcome to the FOMC Live. What is good? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Here it is, the FOMC projections, the federal funds rate, and of course the FOMC press conference, which will be 30 minutes after the news announcement at 7 p.m., which will be 2 p.m. US time. Mad love and respect, ladies and gentlemen, for passing through. Let's do a sound check. What's going on? We are all well and good. What has Bitcoin been up to? We've seen a pump across the board, ladies and gentlemen. It seems like everyone is pricing in the idea of 50 basis points, and they are in acceptance that the Fed's slowing things down, but inflation is still high. And the sooner we come to accept that, ladies and gentlemen, then we will have a clearer outlook on what we can expect going into 2023. Now, the FOMC projection statement itself is going to let us know where the Fed thinks the economy is going to end up in 2023. Now, word on the street does say that they're expecting it to be the ugliest of recessions. You've got old articles coming up out of the pipeline, and they're all talking about this time last year, this time 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Regardless of it, right now in the charts, everything is moving up. Be very, very cautious if you are in longs. Pay yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, because only yesterday's CPI data came with a roar of success to only come back down to the open of yesterday's open. Now, what does that mean? Short-term interest, ladies and gentlemen. The Fed tonight will have to give information on whether or not the market outlook is going to look positive. Participants are waiting for that hawkish or dovish tone. If Jerome Powell is not perplexed by the fact that the markets are going up, and if he shows sign that the markets are pumping and he's kind of surprised by it, that would then maintain and install the idea of a hawkish tone. Remember, we are going to have the projection statement, then the FOMC statement itself, the federal funds rate. 30 minutes after, we will have the press conference. Be careful of the press conference itself, because Powell can say one thing, happy days, everything goes to the upside, yippee-ki-yay. But then in the same sentence, he could actually say something detrimental and the markets will react. Algorithms that process orders continuously are getting ready to pick up key notable words. I will be looking at the charts and I'll be spitting that fire to you all, breaking down the charts and whatever is in sight. Right now, I can see 2,053 Bitcoin at 18,500, and I'm waiting to see if that order is going to stay static on there. Short liquidations are coming in very, very swiftly. People are running for cover right now, and this is why price is moving up aggressively. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves another 10 more minutes to break down the logic of what we can expect, because they seem to have moved now. They are moving now before the news comes out. We know that the bear stands up before it attacks. Is this a trap, or is this going to sustain the move to the upside? And we might actually see a 20K Bitcoin. Who knows? But it's all on the meeting in the next 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, if you are new to the channel, mad love and respect for passing through. If I speak a little bit too fast, please, please, please listen as quick as you can. Let's roll with it, ladies and gentlemen. How many times is I going to say, ladies and gentlemen? Man, I say it too many times. Anyways, here we go. So what can you see in front of you right now? You've got the book map to the left of the chart, guys. And there's that order at 2,063 Bitcoin at 18,500. We've got Bitcoin in the middle of the chart. And this is on the 4-hour time frame. To the right, we have Atos platform. Now, you can Google both Atos platform, that's ATAS, and you can get book map, which is on, Google book map. And you'll be able to find out about how these services work. This is a free service. This is a premium service, but you can also trade other assets on this bad boy. But anyway, that's irrelevant. So right now, this is the NASDAQ itself, and NASDAQ doesn't seem to be giving me that commitment just yet. I'm seeing it come back into the vector candle, but we've got a bit of a problem, given that we are coming back into what could potentially be the top side of where they previously sold off from yesterday's CPI data. Now, this would be consistent with a standard deviation of 2. Now, what do we mean by that? It means that the volatility of the move is extended towards a standard deviation of 2. So we're at the highest band of volatility. Okay, so we've got to be very cautious with that. Now, Bitcoin, of course. Look what's going on. You can see bright as day. We have got vector candles down at the low, and they haven't come back to those vector candles just yet, ladies and gentlemen. We are in a bearish market. This is a bearish rally. Remember that. These fast moves up. I don't like fast moves. Well, I do. I like to exploit them. But what I'm saying to you, to the trader himself, he's either going to be capitalizing on this move if he was going long inside of this zone right here. But the guy that's coming into the chart right now is feeling like he's missing out on price action. So what does that leave us with? That leaves us with a bit of a cause for concern. To the right of the chart, you can see that we've got commitment, and look at where they're selling from. They're selling on the way up. Look at this move to the upside. They're selling up. That's a red block order right there. That's where the delta exchanges the most. And what have we said about the delta, ladies and gentlemen? This is XO charts, and you can see the collective of delta going to the upside. 38%, 36, 28, minus 10%, adding more longs at lower prices. Riding the VWAP to the upside. Then we have 19%, 32%. We've got small deltas of negativity, -8, -8, 25%, but the small sell-offs are the ones with lower volume, but the big deltas are coming in with the bigger volume. Right now, towards this top side of price action, we have got 42% and 33% on the delta. This is where they like to turn from. So please, if you're already in longs and you're dismissive of the fact that you're in a long and it's in profit, do not let the market humble you. Okay? They can switch it up at a moment's notice. We've got ourselves less than 6 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Now, looking at the chart itself, we know that when price is above the VWAP itself, it means that institutional investors like to sell above the VWAP and then they like to buy below it. So principally, we are now in what we would say a selling zone. Looking at the book map itself, you can see 2,115 Bitcoin at 18,500. They have yet to take that liquidity, and the book is imbalanced to limit sales. So that principally would tell us that they are favoring higher prices because the liquidity is coming in to sell. There are a lot of traders right now that may be running for cover. If we go over to the high block itself, we can see the levels of liquidations that they are currently trying to attack. Here we go. We haven't seen that many liquidation points coming up to the upside, but you can see a lot of people have run for some shorts. This was not present today. This was not here today. A lot of people have opened shorts because they think that that's it. 18K, 18.5 is the last point where Bitcoin is going to go short from, and people are going to get liquidated very soon. That could be the next point, 18,400. Let's just go over to that point a second. Have we tapped 18.4? We haven't taken 18.4 just yet, ladies and gentlemen. If I mark off 18.4, that will take us towards this zone. We know that there is roughly about $567 million worth of long liquidations. Let's see. Can they actually exploit that? And this is on the 4-hour time frame. So we've got quite a little bit of a distance right there. I need to mark that off. I need to get that right there. 500 million liquidations. Whoops. 500 million liquidations. Lick zone. That's what we like to call it. The lick zone. This is the $500 million liquidation zone right there. Now, I'm not seeing vectors coming in and volume starting to taper off towards this move to the upside. Let's just quickly go over to the dominance of the dollar and see if Euro's doing the same thing. Euro slowly coming up, but I'm not really seeing a great conviction in Euro. Don't really like that. I really want to see Euro moving up much more stronger, going all the way to gold. Gold is not doing much. I'm not liking that. Why is gold not doing anything? That is consistent. Listen, always keep an eye out on gold, guys. Gold will always give you the clue as to what's going on. If gold is not going up and Bitcoin is taking a mad move to the upside, it's only sustained. And the only thing I can think of is they're getting ready to run for shorts. Tesla's not trading that strong either. It's trading negative for the day. Microsoft is up, but barely. We can see AMC as well trading lower, coming in towards that violet vector candle region right there. Oil right now is slowly coming up, and we see that when oil goes up, USDCAD goes down from a Forex, guys. You can see that we've got an imbalance right there in the chart. We've got a few more moments until the FOMC. Where's my timer right now? Sorry, guys, if I'm talking too fast, but I'm trying to get through this as quick as possible. Here we go. Dixie, dominance of the dollar keeps on going lower, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't manage to go higher, but to come back into the vector candle region. But a test of a key zone right now, which we'll be going into the previous vector candle region right here. So if we mark that off on our charts, we look at 103 is the whole number. Bitcoin is moving up, ladies and gentlemen. We've got big liquidity coming in. They haven't taken that 2037 liquidity yet at 18,500. So we got to be careful, man. They're going for it. Bitcoin is bringing the flavor, guys. This is what we're looking for. Come on. What are you doing? Here we go. Have they taken that liquidation zone yet? Wait, 4, 3, come on. They're going to hit that liquidity, I think. They're going to go for that liquidity. Come on, get some precision right there, Tino. Here we go. We're so close to that liquidity and they've yet to take it. How many orders of Bitcoin? 2,060 Bitcoin orders absorbed inside of this zone right here. Yet we've also got 2,045 coming in right now. Let me just expand the chart out. This is very far. Oh, man, I'm excited. Ladies and gentlemen, how excited are you for this information to come out? This is going to make or break the marketplace. Blue vector candle coming in on the 15-minute time frame. Deviation away from the 50 EMA. Everything. Listen, if you are in profits, please, please consider paying yourselves. And even if price does continue to go to the upside, do not begrudge the fact that you took money from the marketplace, because at any moment they can switch it. Remember, they can say one thing which will switch everything. And I hope that they continue to move higher so that everyone can have a smile on their face. Santa's come too soon, ladies and gentlemen. It's not the last 5 days of the year. What's going on? This is what we anticipate. It's always going to be the case. Now, if you manage to exploit this, happy days. But please consider taking profits. I'm looking at some orders. Look at that. Look at how it's changing. Look at the order book. It's getting a little bit aggressive right here. You want to be focusing on red bubbles right here because they're selling at the highest point. Here we go. We got some movement. Here we go. Coming down pretty strong. Bitcoin. No, Bitcoin. Look at that. Terrible. This is why I always say to you, pay yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Please do not be taken by surprise. Please. And that's not even, look, it's not even FOMC, guys. It's not even come out yet. We still got 2 more minutes. Look at the trickery of Mr. Market Maker. Vector candle recovery right there. That's the shocking truth about this game. You want to play with fire. Do not get burnt. That's the truth. Pay yourselves. I hope you paid yourselves, man. That really depresses me. I do not want to hear about anybody getting liquidated. Euro hasn't moved just yet, but Bitcoin's making the breach. Bitcoin's making the move. I hope that this is going to be the case. I hope that they actually move up. Looking, this is on the 4-hour time frame over here, ladies and gentlemen, so just keep an eye out on this bad boy. Where is price? Price is stalling at the 18,257. Man, please tell me you guys paid yourselves. Please tell me you paid yourself. Look at this distortion. Look at all these orders coming in. 18,510. There's 2,064 Bitcoin in and around that point. They have just swiped the marketplace, guys. And this is what I'm saying about leverage trading. They don't care about our opinion of whether Bitcoin should go to 100K, a million, 500,000. They don't care. They care about where's your commitment. Now, if I'm shouting at you, I'm just very passionate about what I do, so please forgive me. If you are new to the channel, I apologize. 162 orders, 236. That is big. There's a lot of selling happening right now. Vector candle recovery, wick recovery. Here we go, 7 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. Here's the moment of truth. Oh, no, don't do it. No, don't do it, Bitcoin. Don't do it. Oh, here we go. Coming back up. Look, be careful with this zone. The liquidity's there. 18,400. Can they make it? Euro, what's it doing? Euro takes the nosedive. Dixie, where's Dixie? Where's Dixie? Where's the yields? The bonds. Bonds have gapped down. Bonds have gapped down. That's not good. They've come back down into that big green vector candle. Oh, my days. The yield's shooting up, ladies and gentlemen. Volatility index is coming in higher. This is where you... Oh, I really want to say, but I can't. NASDAQ is coming down to close that gap in the chart, ladies and gentlemen. Be careful with Bitcoin down 2% for the day. It's given back most of its gains and come back up. It's a very treacherous time, guys, so please be careful. The order book right there. Look at this. The book map is going absolutely mad. Is it ignition algo? Please tell me. Please tell me. Close to the VWAP right there. So this is the only point of support which we would engage the idea that traders will step in and start supporting the longs at coming in and giving us the commitment. Has the market maker shaken out all the guys who just went long? Sad days. Sad days. Sad days. Where's the pool? Look at this. They've come back down to the selling point. Look at that. We just mentioned that, ladies and gentlemen. They were selling on the way up. And look, it's all red bubbles right there. They're selling. Damn. As long as Bitcoin can maintain this stance right here, and you know what the crazy thing is, guys? We haven't actually gone into the press conference. Do you understand what the problem is? We haven't even gone into the press conference. How many of you paid yourselves? How many of you paid yourselves? Did you take money from this game? Why do you? 417 orders of Bitcoin. Look at it, dumping this bad boy. And look what's going on here. Bitcoin is delayed. It's not actually moving. Look at the gaps and the jumps in price. 1, 2, 3, 116 down to 100 back up. This is a treacherous time, guys. Look at this. They are eating the liquidity coming down to test the intention of traders stepping in, going in long. Look, they're eating it. 18,000 has been taken. Look at the divergence, not divergences. Look at the arbitrage right there. Bitcoin's at 17.98 now. Bitcoin should move very shortly. TradingView is lagging out. Bookmap is going crazy. 245. Look, they're eating that liquidity. What is going on? Bitcoin should be at 17,960, guys. Why is it not moving? Oh, my days. Vector candle, principle or what? Violet vector. This is why we wear a purple shirt, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Traders Reality Show. This is one of my best times in the markets. I love this kind of thing, but that is a very sad story right now. Vector candle recovery principle right there. Did you pay? My days. Did you pay yourselves? Oh, Bitcoin, no. Bitcoins, please come back to the vectors, but don't come back to the vectors. Please let yourselves take some money out of this game. Although Bitcoin isn't really doing much, they are starting to release information. Let's just have a look at what else is going on across the board. Dollar dominance, has it done it? Yeah, dollar dominance is gapped up. That's not a good sign, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want to see the sign of the dollar dominance moving back up because they are then running into safety. It's going. It's gone. It is gone. That's it. Bitcoin is done. Done. If it can't hold the daily open, it's finished. Bitcoin will keep going down lower, but we do have the press conference, so it might not be over just yet. But do you understand the importance of paying yourselves? Please get that in your minds. Right now, you can see the orders are coming in. We've just had a big delta hit to the downside. What did we say about the delta? Convincing the trader to step in and go long, and he's made him pay the price. Stick with it in your mind. When it rises, you do not go long. When it goes up, you will never buy anything that continuously increases in value. Never do that. You're mugging yourself. You sell at the highest point. Everyone running in for that Santa rally. Well, there's your Santa rally. Santa's just popped off his sleigh. Now look what's going on down at the bottom of the book map. Everyone's got the commitment. They are all now shaken out of their longs, and now they want to go short. And this is where the market will snap back up and eat that liquidity to initiate another reversal back down to finalize the wick in the chart. Look at the imbalance between the bids and the asks. Look at it. You'll see it very shortly. Look at it. It's all over the place. It should come up red and green. You can see down here we've got the green right there and we've got the red up there. There is huge imbalances right now. Sad days. Who's been liquidated? Let's just have a quick whoa. Let's get back into it. Hold on a second. Big sell-off right there. Look at that. That is terrible, man. And they missed that. Look at that liquidity right there. $688 million worth of short liquidations did not get taken. And we still have the FOMC press conference. Let me slow it down for you guys. Man, I need to just take a break a second. Whew. Back up to the VWAP right there, ladies and gentlemen. There's your break. Okay, so now listen, on the 15-minute time frame, we have 10 more minutes until this candlestick finalizes. All right? What has been said? Chat, tell me what has been said. I do not want to take my eyes off the chart. What has the projection said? Please put in the comments. Please put in the comments. It's not over yet. We've still got Powell to speak in the next 25 minutes. Listen, I'm no fudder. I'm telling you what's happening in the charts. Remember that. I'm a day trader. Tomorrow, Bitcoin could be all the way down at 17.2 to test the psychological region itself. Does that mean Bitcoin is over? No. But all they're doing is recovering the vector candles. Short-term interest. Why? If everything is moving up before the meeting, is it because we already know what the meeting's going to say? Why do they do it? Because they know people are impatient. Fed officials see 0.5 GDP growth at the end of 2022, 0.5% at 2023, and 1.6 for 2024, 1.8 for 2025. 50's confirmed. We knew this. What's the rate of the median? Here we go. Chad Simon, thank you very much. Fed officials see Fed funds rate at medium of 4.4% at the end of 2022. Fed officials see the Fed funds rate at a rate of medium of 5.1% at 2023. Anything about the terminal rate? Then again, they haven't actually started to speak. Here we go. Jerome Powell and the Fed just raised the interest rate points. Yes, we're familiar with that. What we're looking for from Jerome tonight is we want to hear if there is a potential terminal rate. What point will they stop increasing the interest rates? Because principally 50 basis points, all right, it's less than 75, but it's still increasing the interest rate. Where's the terminal rate? This is what we're looking for, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Bitcoin is currently back at the VWAP itself, which is pretty good. They've started to show a reaction right here. And as long as they can hold this point, then we're all good. But again, you see what I mean about the way they manipulate the charts. They trap traders. Now, all we need to be aware of, Bitcoin now is coming down to 17,984, not really making the move on TradingView. TradingView seems to be a little bit laggard. USDT coming back up as well. It's a sharp move up. I'm just waiting to see what Powell is going to say. Ladies and gentlemen, going over to USDJPY coming in, looking like it wants to come back into the vector candle region right here. As we said about gold, gold comes back down into the vector candle region and it's stalled. It didn't make the move. Now, that could be because TradingView might be a little bit laggard and we kind of had the move right here on Atos platform, which is a free platform, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that. Let me just have a look at the Japanese yen. Where are my yen traders at? Here we go. Yen going down. Yep, they're picking up dollars, ladies and gentlemen. They're picking up the dollars. Bitcoin still coming down. Let's go over into that part. We are now still red vector candle, 7 more minutes until the vector candle finalizes, which will be 15 minutes until Powell actually speaks. That liquidity at the top side of 18,300, not really seeing it right now. Don't want to see it yet. I've got 287 Bitcoin at 17,800. There was a bag of liquidity down here, but they didn't manage to take that zone, which is pretty interesting given that we've got a lot more commitment coming in. They're actually starting to break down. Let me just zoom in closer to see the speed of these orders getting filled. Are we seeing this commitment? 291 Bitcoin at 17,900. If they pick that up, we see a little bit of a reaction. They've rejected the VWAP. Oh, big play right there. Big play right there. 134 Bitcoin orders picked up on the order book. Remember, anything behind this white line right here, ladies and gentlemen, this line on the right are orders coming in. On the left are orders that have been cancelled and placed. Here we go. Big sell-off happening right there. Remember, the book is imbalanced to sells. So we assumed that we're going to see price going back up. They only came back up afterwards, but now we've got 0.3%, not really seeing an imbalance in the order book. So everything seems to be working okay. But volume is aggressively to the downside. So just be mindful of that. Let me just go over to GBPUSD. Oh my days. GBPUSD, complete wipeout across the board. EURUSD coming down. Now, the FOMC state or the press conference itself, if it's going to be designed at giving anyone any good information, the principle of the matter would say that everything else would now reverse back up and recover the vector candle in the region. Alternatively, from now until that principle, we would then anticipate them to try and finalize and move back up into the zone to eat the liquidity. But the problem that I've got is if they leave a wick on the vector candle coming to the close of the 15-minute candle, then that would tell me that they could continue to break down lower. Okay, let's roll over to the S&P itself. Oh, my days. Oh, S&P. There we go. Back down into the vector regions, coming down to test into yesterday's low. We spoke about it yesterday. 3 distribution days, and volume wasn't as high as what we expected it to be on yesterday's CPI data. That is just a treacherous thing right there. Tesla is going to probably lead the party. There you go. Tesla is contributing to the move down to the downside on the S&P itself. Remember, when big stocks actually start to sell off, they start to follow suit. Bitcoin's going down to the 17,900 zone. Here we go. We've breached that point. We really need to see Bitcoin hold the daily open because this would be the last consolidation point inside of the chart, guys. So just be mindful if the FOMC does come out with anything that's going to surprise everyone. Oh my days. Guys, listen, so sorry, man. I am so sorry about the way that I'm speaking right now. This is one of the most anticipated times during trading. Why? Because the Fed can just rock the markets in any way, shape, or form. And we do have a little bit of an edge by principle of the hybrid system. And if you are new to the channel, head over to the Traders Reality website. It's tradersreality.com, and you can download this free of charge, okay? Be sure to download it. Get into the Discord. Join the pattern watchers over there. You want more information, check out the Patreon, patreon.com/Traders Reality. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Now, listen, all we need to be aware of is once Powell finishes talking, that will be it for FOMC until next year. So whatever he says from now or when he actually starts to speak, because he's going to be speaking for roughly about 10, 20 minutes or so, maybe half an hour, it's not over. When Powell stops talking, then you start trading. Now, if you guys have been trading and you've been taking longs, congratulations. If you've been paying yourself, even better. But if you just got liquidated, please take the lesson, learn from it, because they don't care. Look at this. Just look at that right there, down at the lows on the book map. Did you just see that order? You didn't see that order coming in, but we've just got a big order coming in right there, ladies and gentlemen. This is a big move now. They're holding that VWAP, doing a very good job of holding the VWAP. This is a key point right now. 10 past 7, still not got the start of the new vector cam. Hold on, 4 minutes. Yeah, 4 minutes until they start. Let me just bring up this bad boy over here just to have a look. Right, so look, this is what's going on here. Look at this imbalance right here. They come back and refilled the imbalance. But look, buys. Look where they sold from. They sold from the highest point, but then they allowed retail to step in. Notice the difference in volume between these areas here where they're actually trapping traders, and go to the lowest point where you see the big thicker volumes. Look at that. Look at that bad boy right there. Yeah? You want big volumes coming in. You don't want these small ones. These are traps. Look at the imbalances. Now, naturally, we would expect Bitcoin to try and come back up into this. We go into the higher time frames itself. We just go to the 4-hour time frame. Look at how close they were to that liquidity zone, man. Violet vector candle, ladies and gentlemen, on the 4-hour time frame. It could mean that if Powell says something good, then we would see a nice recovery of this bad boy. In its 47 minutes time, they will be starting a new 4-hour candle. Going to the higher time frames itself, any vector candles, nothing. Rejection at the 200 EMA, stop hunt rise and rip back down again. 10-hour time frame itself, we got 47 minutes. Blue vector candle right there, and that's a cause for concern because we know what that means on a blue vector. We know that they like to recover these blue vectors. Go back in the charts and look at any blue vector candle, and you will see that they have this habit of recovering the blue vectors. One zone right there, you got a recovery zone right here, and then of course you got the violet vector and the blue vector right there. Another blue vector candle. Put the math together, ladies and gentlemen, and use only a certain amount of liquidity that will allow you to give you the chance to sit through any drawdowns or any trickery of the market like this. Okay? Going into 11-hour time frame, look, it's stop hunt, back down, blue vector again. 12-hour time frame, nothing for us. There it is, 13-hour time frame, nothing. 14-hour time frame, small price action. Could they go and trade negatively on that? Going to the 15-hour time frame itself, coming over into the last gains of the last move, the last 15 hours. 17-hour time frame, what have we got? Green vector candle down at the lows, 18-hour time frame. Powell's going to wreck the party, man, I'm telling you. He's got the recovery already of the blue vector in the zone on the 19-hour chart itself. Keep going on to the 19. We've got a blue vector candle again. Daily time frame itself still holding out on the daily, so that's a good sign. We've tried to break the 50 and no follow through. 200, the VWAP itself on the book map showing commitment coming in right now. So we just need to sit tight and wait for Powell to have his business and conversate on what they think they're going to be doing with the marketplace. Oh, my days. Ladies and gentlemen, how many of you, I want to ask you all, just before Powell starts speaking, how many of you, and be honest, how many of you kind of got any stops hit or any liquidation points taken? Has anybody's liquidation points come out? Did anyone get hit? Went 8K, bro. Symmetry. Don't worry, bro. I see your comments. I see your comments, bro. Don't worry. Yes, we know the Fed is going to increase rate hikes, but if he tells us where the terminal rate is, the market will shoot up because they will price it in. But we don't know. We just know that they're going to keep on increasing the interest rates, ladies and gentlemen. The daily open has to hold to show us that there is commitment and that they are going to hold out and absorb what Powell says and project that the economy, or should I say from now until the end of the year, they're going to try and pump everything up. We're waiting for commitment. Who do you think's going to win? That's the question. Who do you think's going to win? Let me just go back into EURUSD, EURUSD coming back away from the wick. I don't like that idea because we've had more volume. Here we go. New 15-minute candle right there. This is the moment of truth. Is it going to come back up, recover 50% of that candlestick? Get your Fibonacci's. I only use Fibonacci to find half the zone itself, and we would expect them to try and recover 50% of that candlestick right there. USDCAD and USD Swiss moving up swiftly. USDCAD up there. That means oil's going down. Tesla is still continuing the move to the downside. 50 more minutes until Powell talks. Dixie coming back up. That's a huge gap, which dollar will actually come back to, okay? But it's all about what it does now. That's the key thing. Dixie is moving up strong. It is moving up strong. The volatility index, actually, let me just have a look at what's going on with gold. Gold is still going down, ladies and gentlemen, and we've got the NASDAQ itself. Here we go. NASDAQ coming into that zone, coming into previous vector candle. Look, we've closed the gap right there. Ideally, we want to see NASDAQ, realistically, we want to see NASDAQ try and contain price inside of this zone right here. I'm allowing NASDAQ some room to come down towards this point to bounce back. Ideally is what we want to see that. But it's whether or not the Fed gives us that flavor. The yields are actually starting to come back down, but they did gap up aggressively. The 10-year bond still looking like it's coming down. Remember, this is the cause for concern. This area here, that is what I'm looking at. This bad boy. We want to be mindful of this zone. And if he does say anything, oh my days. You really want a dovish stance. We don't want the hawkish stance. S&P's trying to come back up, guys. Google coming down into the gap right there. Some Chinese stocks getting ready to close a gap down here as well. Where's NEO? Let's have a look at NEO for a second. Getting ready. We need to close these gaps off. And even if Powell does have the conversation, Bitcoin's coming close down towards that daily open, man. Come on, 43 minutes. Let me go into the other vector candle region itself. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame. Where we at is stalling. We're waiting for Powell to speak. 40-minute time frame. We're going into that zone. See him trading below the VWAP itself. The longer they stay beyond the VWAP itself, the more likely they're going to start coming down in towards these zones. 17,600 is where we would absorb at least 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12, 4. So about 2,000 Bitcoin orders just inside of this zone if it stays static. But we've got a commitment down here which keeps on increasing. 359 Bitcoin at 17,800 coming back up to the VWAP itself. What have we got? Quarter past is still taking forever for this to actually come in. Let's have a look at Ethereum. Poor Ethereum, straight back down. Nice, beautiful M formation right there, ladies and gentlemen. We like these M formations right here. We do like a good little M. Going into Euro, still forming that zone right there. GBP yen, a crazy ass thing. I'm sorry, forgive me for that. Let me just go over to XO charts and dive in deep. Look at the delta right there. Now, when the delta starts to come in like this, ladies and gentlemen, it could be make or break. Look, are they picking up longs or are they picking up shorts and closing off their existing positions? Because this could be the start of the move even lower if Powell does give us the wrong reason. Okay? 34-hour candle right here is still trading stronger to the downside. Let me just go closer into this order book just to have an understanding of where we are. Lots of commitment coming into this point right here. This zone right here would be the point of support inside of this candle. So let me just mark it off right there just so that we're aware of it. Happy days. Powell speaking very shortly, guys. How many of you in the live stream? 2,335 of you. Mad love and respect. How many likes have we got? 600 likes. That's exactly the perfect ratio. There is clearly an imbalance in the likes to viewership. Let's get that likes ratio up, ladies and gentlemen, and work towards that 100,000 subscriber list. Man, 100K, ladies and gentlemen, man, that is crazy. Mad love and respect to all of you passing through and showing love to the Traders Rally and the pattern watchers in and around the, what do they call it? The interwebs. Happy days, man. It's all about the interwebs. Anyways, let's go back into some price. I mean, keep an eye on Bitcoin coming down slowly. Looks like it wants to break down. Let's go into the smaller time frames. Just look what's going on. Okay? Can you see what's happening here? Green vector candle gets fully recovered as well. This is a stop start. They come down, trap the retail trader to the shorts, to the downside, hit his liquidation points for his longs, make him believe it's time to go short. He goes short, he shakes him out, holds it at the daily open. Now we're waiting to see if they can sustain this. Powell will be speaking very shortly, guys. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Please tell me, are you enjoying yourselves? Are you Mike, Mr. Dutch? Are you in the room in here? Who's in here? 100K at the end of year. Happy days, Mr. Mitch. 100K at the end of year, man. What's this guy? Look, do I want Bitcoin to go to 100K? I want Bitcoin to go to 1 million. I want it to go to as much as it physically can. My goal on this channel, whether I say it in an explosive way, if I'm excited, if I'm crazy about it, I'm trying to get you to understand that there's two sides of the story. You become biased to one way, then that's where you're going to start getting emotional. If I keep talking bearish, well, because everything's going down. I'm only going to be thinking that everyone is bearish, where I'm looking for opportunities to long on the smaller time frames. That's my strategy, ladies and gentlemen. But for the bigger picture, the person that's looking at the charts on the higher time frame, would he be in agreement that the actual bottom is in? Is it in? Can we believe it's in or not? No. I don't think the bottom is in. That's it. And if I don't think it is, I'm going to look to see what else I can do and exploit that. Give me a reason to believe otherwise, and then we'll start talking about price going up and some of the world's greatest stock traders. And you'll see them on Twitter. They will all say they never made a career on bottom fishing. Those guys are the guys that like to do this. They look at the charts themselves, hypothetically, and they see that if Bitcoin like this has been moving up, and let's say it's been moving up for a sustained period of time, these guys are all out, and they are happy with trying to grab the last 10% of a move. Happy days. You got guys that may have caught the 10% of this move from the lows down here all the way up. If you manage to catch at least 10 or 20% of the move, congratulate yourself, take the dog out for a walk, buy the missus a handbag and go get yourself a coffee. That's all you need to do. And then guess what? Come back tomorrow and rinse and repeat if you can, if the opportunity presents itself. All right, then here we go. So what have we got? 10 more minutes until Powell starts talking. He's going to get the business. He's going to start doing his hands in his arms. He's going to be looking up. He's going to be doing all this stuff with his face. Any psychologists in the stream, let's pay attention to whether he looks left or he looks right. Isn't it? If you start looking right, you're trying to actually pull out information that you already have, and you're going to try and be creative with it. And then to the left of it, you're trying to think of something to say and lie. So keep an eye out on Powell when the camera's faced on him. Okay, and if they've got the camera at an angle, it's because they know that people are actually watching that kind of thing. I'm going to see if he's lying or not to try and exploit the charts. So that's another story, but anyway. Okay, then, cool. Look, we're going back into this area where the delta was quite strong and they were picking up orders. So the longs are being tested right now inside of this zone right here. Keep an eye out on this. Keep an eye out. It's starting to get a little bit interesting. They still haven't violated that VWAP, man. Why are you not taking the VWAP? Big orders coming in, 367 Bitcoin, 17,940. We've got 626 Bitcoin at 17,600. Why do I tell you these? I'm not reading them because it just sounds really cool to read it because I can read it at the speed of light. But what I'm trying to get you to understand is the commitment that's coming in. And the longer we keep seeing the commitment, up there you've got 18,319 Bitcoin orders. Look, they're getting busy right now, man. They're getting busy. Powell's going to start speaking very soon. 324 is starting to get some movement. Look, we are right now at the session volume profile right here. We are smack in the median. We are in the happy zone. The VWAP is right there. Well, sorry, VWAP is right there, and it doesn't look like they're coming close towards it yet. If we zoom out on the book map itself, we know that there's been a ton load of short liquidations that have been hit, and now they're slowly, I mean, look at this, man, 463 Bitcoin at 17.6. Can they actually go down to 17.36? Sorry, 17,600. If they can't hold this area here on the 4-hour time frame, then that's it. It will look like it's going to go lower, but just look at the way price is moving up and down. If you're a leverage trader and you're using 100x, you want to stay away from these environments because you're going to get shaken out and you're going to be giving the liquidity to Mr. Market Maker who knows people are running for shorts right now because he got them trapped on the longs. Okay, look, now we're going into imbalance. Look, this is a huge imbalance. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Happy days. We want to see them finalize this. The sooner they finalize this, the more of a chance that we have seeing price trying to come back up. So for my day traders, if you're looking for a chance to exploit price, drop down to the 1 minute time frame. 1 minute time frame is treacherous, but 1 minute time frame is where the business develops. They tell you not to trade the smaller time frame, but the market makers have algorithms that operate off the smaller time frames. Okay? Pay attention to them because the moves don't just happen in one candle. It happens in a collection of candles. If you're looking at the daily time frame, you're going to miss the move. You're looking on the hourly, you're going to miss the move. You're looking on the 1 minute time frame, you're going to understand the frequencies of how price goes up and down, and then you're going to say, okay, look, we keep on going up, and then we keep closing lower as we go higher, which would suggest to me that the development of the candle is going to lead price even higher. That's how you project the idea of price. Now we've got a test of the daily open. There's clearly interest at the daily open. We would expect price to come down to the daily open to test the narrative. We are 5 minutes into Powell speaking, ladies and gentlemen. Just pay attention if he does say something optimistic for the market and they've dropped price to only bring it back up, you'll start seeing green vector candles appearing at the low. So if you do have the hybrid system, make sure you are aware of that. We want to see them test the daily open. If they can't hold the daily open, it's yippee-ki-yay to the downside, ladies and gentlemen. And it's now going to start getting even busier when Powell starts to speak. Here we go, coming into the recovery of the wick right there. It looks like he wants to try and take that zone. They need to finalize this imbalance down in the charts, man. Let me just go over to dollar itself. Let's see how dollar is doing. Dollar, where you at? Here we go. Dollar's still holding, hasn't broken up high yet, which is pretty decent. And we've got big red vector candles coming into this zone right here. So we've got to be very cautious with dollar because they could come back up if they don't like what they're hearing. And if he does maintain the hawkish stance, NASDAQ itself, where you at, coming close towards a negative reading. We've got S&P trading negative for the day, which is going to be consistent with the NASDAQ as it will probably do the same thing. We need to see them. Oh my God. Oh my days. Forgive me. Forgive me, I'm just waiting for it. I am waiting for this madness to unfold. Sorry, guys, but I am just pumped right now. I am pumped. Need to take... No, that wouldn't be a professional thing to do. No, we will not do that. Okay, here we go. 5 more minutes. 5 more... I am you're my father. Happy days, man. Happy days. You got heartburn, bro. Listen, I recorded a podcast last night. A remake of a podcast with my guy, Jason Casper. Jason Casper, we did a podcast together. Mad love to my guy. And guys, listen, I broke out in a sweat and I didn't even know. So if you can see it, please put it in the comments when you watch that video. So doing a collaboration just to celebrate the idea of 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Mad love to Mike Dodge. Mad love to everyone in the Pattern Watchers community. Mad love to Peshaw. Mad love to Scorpio. Mad love to Q-Tip. Mad love to Infinex. Mad love to everyone. I've also got the Grinch outfit. I know, I shouldn't have said anything. I know, I've told them, Mike. I've told them. But I ain't going to wear that bad boy. It's too small for me anyway, man. It's too small for me. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, if you have been smart, you would have noticed how many times I have said ladies and gentlemen. I guess it's the way I finalize a sentence. okay? And I'm just trying to find ways to keep you guys entertained while we're waiting for Mr. Powell to have a conversation. Whilst we're doing that, let's just go on the narrative that they are going to look to try and come back up. If anybody is currently in longs right now and they have done a good job of holding and they haven't exposed themselves to too much of a drawdown, let's assume that you went long at 17,400, okay? And you're currently in this situation right now. What do you do? Well, guess what? If you've got profit, take it. Do not play with fire. Because if you get burned, you might be able to handle the burn, but in time, it will be leaving you a scar. And it will be a reminder the next time you leave money on the table, you won't take it because you can handle the scar. Don't be like that, guys. Don't let the market humble you, okay? Do not let the market humble you. Commitments coming in now. We are trading in towards this zone right here. We've got the bids and the asks coming in right now. Looks like it's quite optimistic, but until Powell starts speaking, then I'm not going to be consistent with that. Yes, I am mad. I am absolutely batshit. I am crazy. Yes, I'm crazy. Yes, I am crazy. I am crazy. And I challenge anyone to spit this speed taping that I can do. I'm really proud of myself that I can speak pretty fast. Whether I sound like I'm making sense or not is a different story. That's for something else. Let's be honest now. Here we go. 307 Bitcoin at 18,000. Are they going to eat that liquidity at 18,000, guys? Are they going to come back for it? The VWAP is still below that point. $5,000 worth of short liquidations are coming in right now. We go down. We still got commitment down below at the 17,600 on Bitcoin. And I know that's pointing to my face because you guys can't see it. But if I actually decide to do this and bring it across to the chart, what I'm talking about is this area down here. Where is it? There we go. This area down here. 17,600. Look, this is consistent with an algorithm placing an order for something or someone. When you've got these consistent lines that they look like they're consistent orders, you've got 330 Bitcoin there, 226, 215, 263, 422, 268, 198, all in and around the region of 17,700 all the way down to 17,580. Powell's going to start speaking, ladies and gentlemen. Get your attentions up. Here we go. Let's see what he has to say. Come on. Come on. Where we going? Where we going? Where we going with this? Come on, T. Where you got? Where you got? Where you got? Where you got? Where you got, bro? Where you got? There you go. Happy days. Let's get that bad boy. Bring that over. Bring it into the center. And happy days. We are good. Here we go. All right, and Powell. Anyone in chat would care to let us know what Powell has said? Is his tone somewhat hawkish or dovish? Could this be the point that they reverse? Or is it done? Come on. Here we go. 20 seconds. Keep an eye out on these little bubbles that appear here, ladies and gentlemen. If you start seeing red ones, big ones at that, that will suggest that they are selling off. Here we go. 28 coming in. 28 contracts. 10. Don't want to see anything above 50. New candle. Here we go. Come on. Big sell order there. 15, 20. Keep an eye on the order book. Is it going to keep doing it? Here we go. What's XAUUSD chart saying? 7 minutes 31, 14 million. Okay, then. This is the tick chart, right? 2,600 ticks. They've eaten some liquidity down here, as you can see. Big liquidations. Big sales coming in at that point. No commitment from the asks just yet. Bitcoin is holding out. Come on, Powell. Say a word. Say something. Doesn't usually look like it's a good sign when they sell off so aggressively like that. So it tells me that something is going to happen. Are they going to break the daily open, ladies and gentlemen? The commitment needs to come in. 17, 2014. It's all quiet across the board. Look, 140, 285. Damn, that is big. Big orders coming in, man. They're going to finalize this imbalance. Are they going to come down in towards these zeros and test the intention down at these lows right here? Quickly, let me just have a look at the smart depth of order book right now. Where is it? Smart depth book on Bitcoin. Here we go. This should put things into perspective for me. What I use this for is to understand. See, right now, this is where price is right now at 17,856 for Bitcoin on Binance, right? Right now, we are trading at the value area low for this volume profile as such, okay? The highest point that we're looking for is we want to see it come back into the value zones. Okay, so right now you can see it's right at that point. So we're waiting to see if they invalidate this zone. This will start moving up very shortly to keep in line with price because it's a smart depth of order. Here we go, starting to get busy. Commitments coming in. Here we go, it's getting busy. Here we go. Come on, say something. It's going up. Next commitment, 2,518 contracts at that point at 17,900, still beyond the VWAP itself. 50 basis points, yeah, we know. Ongoing increases, appropriate. He's maintained hawkishness. He's maintaining that hawkishness. Where is it? Euro, it's holding. Tesla, not really reacting. Dixie, holding. Oil, holding. NASDAQ, trying to go lower. Bitcoin's usually last to move, guys. Bitcoin, what is going on here? Oh my God, the market can't take it. Here we go. Let me get rid of that. They're staying in this zone. If they can't get back towards this VWAP, it's done. Keep an eye on this. 18,315 orders of Bitcoin inside of that zone. If that disappears, it's going to act as a spoof and they're going to look to try and get filled sooner. 20, still not breaking this zone. That's good news. So far, so good. They haven't tested the daily open just yet, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. What's he saying? Powell, we understand the hardship that high inflation is causing and that we are strongly committed to bringing inflation back down to our 2% goal. Okay, so he's hawkish. So now we're waiting for the market to react to that. We know that he wants to be hawkish. So he's taken by surprise. That's what it is. Looks like he's maintained that stance, that he's surprised that the market is doing well, yet they keep increasing interest rates, and it looks like they want to try and bring that daily open test. Is he going to do it? Going down? Oh, come on. Let's finalize that imbalance in the chart, guys. He's giving markets. He's going to do it. Daily open, looks like it might happen. They release from this zone, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to attack this liquidity. If they release from the daily open, they're going to attack this zone. Here we go. Do something, man. Do something. Give them the Santa rally, man. The problem that we've got, guys, is the vector candle principle is always going to be in play until it isn't. Look at the treachery right now. Look what's going on. Ignition algo kicking in, guys. They're moving. They're moving. 17,600, 431 Bitcoin down there. 483 at 17,500. And you've got an algorithm working its work. Look, bringing the flavor right here. Look at these orders right here. Oh, man. Bitcoin's going to take an absolute... It's going. Breach the daily open. That means dollar dominance is coming into play, ladies and gentlemen. They're ripping the markets apart. Poor Bitcoin. All of the guys that are long, pay yourselves because they're going to snap it. That's it. He's maintained the hawkish stance. Blood on the streets. Euro going down. Tesla going down another percentage to the downside. Where is it? Dixie shifting to the upside in towards that green vector candle red vector candle recovery. Back up towards that 200 EMA as long as it can sustain it. Happy days. S&P breaking down, ripping to the downside. Vector candle recovery. Bitcoin is about to take a very interesting time on the toilet. But no, look, as long as it can hold this point until Powell finishes, then we'll have a better chance of seeing it recover from this point. But if Powell keeps on giving us the idea that it's no good, then Bitcoin will continue lower. Let's see if they can hit the support. They finalized the wick in this zone. They've breached this area right here. They've come back into this next sell point right here, and they haven't grabbed the interest of traders selling off, but look at how fast it's moving. VWAP right there, trading away from it. Retrace, continuation. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, look how it's coming straight back up. It's not looking much, but in comparison to the charts itself, you can see that they're coming back into... Actually, let's go to the VWAP. Let's go to the high block, not the XO charts. 31% at the lows. That's good. That's okay. But you've got consecutive 15, 40, 34, 33, 26. Going towards the daily low, they've breached out the previous day's equilibrium zone is right here. Previous day's value area low right there as well, ladies and gentlemen. So just keep an eye out on the charts, man. Let's see if they're going to do it. 1 minute time frame, they've broken down into that zone. Let's see and pay attention to it. Let's see if it's going to work. Blue vector candle, that only tells me one thing. They're going to stall for a little bit, test the narrative, continue back down again. Last week's high could be the point of interest if they can't hold this point. What else is he saying? What else is he saying? Here we go. It will take substantially more evidence to give confidence that inflation is on a sustained downward path. We know this. We know this. Market's not going to like it. Listen, Bitcoin is last to move. All right? We're going to see Bitcoins move very soon. We're going to see them move very soon. Let me just go into Ethereum a second. Ethereum's come back up again. They've done that. Remember what we said earlier on about V-shaped plays coming into the daily open itself. Euro is looking like it wants to come back up. We've got a little bit of a vector zone right here, but you've got to be very careful. You've got to be trading with speed because they can just rip it back down again. Okay? You've got to be trading with speed. Look at that. Look at that. Euro going back down. That is sad. Okay, let's go back to Bitcoin because it looks like it's going to bring the flavor. Go to 50-minute time frame. Are they going to recover that blue vector candle on the 1-minute time frame? Did they just do that? Ever so slightly. We've still got a little bit of liquidity down here. Commitments coming in at the point right now because what's going on right now is they are liquidating the longs. And the guys that were long getting liquidated are trying to change direction. So market maker in principle is making those guys pay with prices spiking up and down. That's why I say to you, wait until the news is finished. Let them tell us what's going to happen and then we will trade afterwards. You think Asia's going to have some fun with this? Of course they are. Asia's yet to react to this. Here we go. We are only into this conversation like 7-8 minutes, guys. And look what treachery has happened right now. Daily open being tested. We might expect it to calm down a little bit. And then when the market actually finishes with the information, then we will have an understanding of what we can expect price to do from that zone. So, complete breakdown, man. Coming back into this consolidation zone itself. 1-minute time frame, guys. Is he still talking? Is Powell still talking, guys? Powell, we are strongly committed to returning inflation to our 2% objective. Now, let me tell you something, all right? They are only saying things that we already know, but they've kind of already given us the information. The hawkish stance will remain. So what? 50 basis points. Everyone around the world is increasing their interest rates, okay? And we've still got tomorrow with more information. Now, tomorrow with the news announcements that we have, it's static. It's numbers. That's it. So whatever they're doing now probably is getting set up for tomorrow's data. So if price continues to drop down and in Asia pulls back up ever so slightly, be mindful of the chart and look at the vector candles in and around at the lows. So wait for it to stabilize. Right now, there's no stabilization. It's still moving. And of course, London has closed. So London has yet to react to this. All right? And you can see that GBPUSD has taken an absolute nosedive and it continues to do so. Vector candle principle right there, ladies and gentlemen. Getting ready with that beautiful violet vector candle. Anyways, I kind of like to give the clues about the shirts that I'm wearing. But I kind of gave you the clue today with the red candle, red top, red shirt. But did you believe it? That's really the case. But anyways, Euro USD still going down. I'm not really seeing the movement anymore, guys. USDT... they're probably going to wait for Powell to finish talking, and then we will know exactly where we stand. Okay, then, how many of you in the room? 1,200 likes, mad love and respect. 2,300 people in this live stream. Mad love and respect, ladies and gentlemen. Is he still talking? Can we get something else? Stay on course until the job is done. Yes, they're going to stay on course until the job is done. Listen, this is the problem with the marketplace. They just need a reason to put money into the charts. Do you understand that government bonds is a low-risk investment? Okay? Wall Street wants risk. They want the risk. So any chance that they can put it into the charts, they will. And then they'll deal with the repercussions afterwards. What is this an example of? This is an example of short-term interest. All right? Bear market rallies. Yes, we've still got this area right here, which they could actually break down towards. They've already made Bitcoin today, has obviously done a 3.6% drop to the downside, followed by, in principle, from the daily open all the way to the top side. Yeah, sitting near enough 3.44. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. Okay? So 3.5% move up, 3.5% move down in the same session within 2-3 hours. All right? Now, what you've got to be aware of is that price is stabilizing right now inside of this zone. They've given us the information. All right? And this is where you then now start to look at the price and say to yourself, where can I now exploit opportunities? Go to the 1-minute time frame. What do you think the narrative is being set with right now? The VWAP is all the way up here, guys. So we know that institutions are right now buying up. We're talking up, like buying at the lowest point, okay? This is where the retrace comes in. So naturally, if the daily open holds and Bitcoin tries to move back up, then we're going to see a test of this zone. We're going to see a test of this, and we could come back up into the vector candle recovery region right here. Happy days. But at what point will they decide to continue with the narrative lower? Because this is what you're in essence waiting for. Looking at this bad boy right here, you can see it's starting to move back up. Traders that have gone short and now being liquidated. That's why I say to you, wait. When you see these big jumps in the price, it's not a nice time to be trading. Yes, it looks great for volatility, but you're going to end up burning accounts. You don't want to be wasting money on that. Wait till the news is done, because then they could continue to rip it down even lower, like so. Okay? At any moment, it could change. He could be saying something. What else is he saying? Even FTX going down, barely moved. Bitcoin to the downside. Bottom is in. Maybe. Hopefully, guys, the bottom is in, but the bottom can't be in if price is going down from the highs. Okay, you want the bottom to be in when price is going down from the lows. That means we want to be seeing the lows being smacked out to the downside. You want to see them hit this area here, because this is the only significant place in the chart where fear can be installed. You can't install fear when it's at the highest point. No, you can't. You can install euphoria and greed, but you can't on fear. Fear, it has to be at the lowest point. The only measure that we can get from that is in the volatility index. What's the volatility index doing? Moving up. Right there. What time frame are we on? 1 hour. It's moving up. Nice big green vector candle. They've come back and finalized the vector candle in this zone right here. Happy days. We are at lows. They could go lower, which could suggest price could come back up. But we've got to wait and see what happens until Powell finishes speaking. Then we'll see the true reaction. Okay, NASDAQ and SP are hurting really bad. That is correct. Best estimate of the pick rate. Any idea on the terminal rate? Our judgment today is that we are not sufficiently restrictive policy stance yet. Not at a sufficiently restrictive policy stance yet. Okay, then. So, they're not fully into the idea that they're going to slow down the interest rate. So, no terminal rate, but is it in line for a pivot? Are we in line for a pivot? Let's see what we've got right here. Let's go back up into the chart. We're slowing it down right now because Powell's probably not giving us any more information. 15 more minutes until the start of a new 1 hour candle itself. New 15-minute candle coming into play. Let's just quickly go over to that. We're seeing a little bit of a recovery right there. The wick, it's a strong open on this. And if they can succeed above this violet vector candle, here we go, then we would assume that they're going to try and come back up again. Doing a good job of slowly coming back up. They've tested the daily open, breached lower, come back up. Not too trustworthy of it. They need to get above that VWAP, ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise, they're going to be going up towards, see now 18K right there. It's got only 231 orders. They've just cancelled some of these orders. There's only retail stepping in the order book right now. I'm not seeing the commitment just yet. 229 orders right there. We had 318. It was static for a little while, but now they've removed the liquidity. Looks like they might be moving down a little bit lower. Some more longs, shorts have been liquidated inside of this area. 17,500. We've got 412 Bitcoin and 328 Bitcoin at 17,520. Notice what's going on here. Got a little bit of a divergence. You've got lots of volume coming in inside of this zone on the 4 hour time frame itself. I'm not really seeing that much commitment coming in. If they can't sustain it, here we go. New 15-minute candle coming into play. Are they going to recover this violet vector candle, or is it just going to bleed out again to the daily open? Come on, Bitcoin, man. Commitment coming in at 16,620. Are we going to get that move? Come on. Let me see what Euro's doing. Euro's come back down again. Coming into the recovery of the wicks, ladies and gentlemen. That could be a possibility. USDCAD holding out strong. USD Swiss, it's quite choppy. Gold coming down again. They're going to recover that wick, man. They're going to eat that liquidity. Wait for Powell to stop talking, and then they're going to do it. Dixie has yet to get above the daily open. That is looking good. But they've closed that gap. Man, they closed the gap. Last week's low taken. If Dixie can't hold this point and break lower, then we would be in line for a reversal back up. But it looks like Bitcoin's going for it, guys. It looks like it wants it. More commitment coming in at 17.6. Here we go, look. More commitment down here. 550 Bitcoin and 520 Bitcoin between 17,500 and 17,560. There's big commitment down there. Here we go. 84 Bitcoin, bit of a wide spread right there. I'm not too keen on that. Okay, then. What a story. It looks like it's calming down, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like it's starting to calm down. Okay, nothing much is happening. We are breaching the daily open. We seem to be holding in and around this daily open in itself. What we've got to wait for is when Powell finalizes this conversation. Still got a few more minutes until he actually finishes. Has he finished just yet? Likely to see this sustained for a longer period of time. We expect this. So it looks like they've maintained a hawkish stance across the board. Now, the next thing that you guys are looking for, okay, is Bitcoin to hold in and around the daily open. If Bitcoin can hold around the daily open, we would assume that they're going to try and come back up and test this liquidity. But it's all about whether or not the market is in acceptance of what Powell has said. If they're going to think that that's it now, it's going to look pretty bleak. The Fed's going to be pretty hawkish. We know it's going to be tougher in the near future. Any continuations back up will be met with resistance and price will look to continue to the downside. Okay, then. Ladies and gentlemen, mad love and respect. My voice is on its way out. I will check in with you all tomorrow to bring that fire and see what Asia has done. Be sure to like and subscribe, guys. Mad love and respect. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. Take care of yourself. You want to learn more, check out tradersreality.com and check out the Patreon as well for a deep dive on the hybrid system. Mad love. Peace. Tried to kiss you guys and it didn't even work out. What a guy. Peace.